Alrighty, ladies and gentlemen, we are live. We're back. I don't know if that's a good or a bad thing. Hold on a second. I may disconnect for just a second. Okay, we should be good. We should be good. Okay. Welcome back, everyone, to the watch alongs. It is, or has been, a week. It's been a while. A fair bit's happened in that time. The Nets actually won 2 games in a row, which is sort of interesting, I guess. Even though we're making absolutely zero inroads on the Hawks because they've decided to just go absolutely nuts against Boston of all teams. They've won 2 in a row, so that basically means that all our hard work has gone to waste. But look, I just want to end the season with some positives to take away. I don't really care about where we finish in the standings because honestly, we'll finish 11th. I think the Raptors are way too far back at this point. They've lost like their last 11 games. That was one of the teams we beat during this week. The other was the Wizards. We beat them in overtime. That was our first overtime win of the season, which is always a welcomed sight. But I tell you what, Cam Thomas, man's ridiculous. Watching him play the other day, because even though I can't actually do the streams, I still can watch the games most of the time. Cam Thomas post the All-Star break is he's having a cracking run of form. He's averaging 26 points a game in the last 9. He's shooting 48, 35, and 88 splits, so he's been pretty damn good. And also in that time, 5 boards and 4 dimes. And when we look at the facilitating side of things, even though his usage has remained very, very similar to what it was before the All-Star break, he's had 1.4 extra assists, and he's also had a much higher assist percentage. So he's doing a lot more with the basketball that isn't... why do I look like a ghost? He's doing a lot more with the basketball that, is productive without him needing to score the ball, which is a really good sign because that obviously opens things up, with the way your offense is run. Simply put, because I think Alex Caruso today is gonna face a pretty tough assignment, or he's gonna be the guy picking up Cam Thomas. It'll be that Caruso Thomas matchup, I think. And Mikal Bridges, I don't know who he's gonna get, but now all of a sudden it's Cam Thomas who's getting those assignments. He's getting those blitzes thrown at him, and he's just got to navigate through that. And I think the assist numbers are proof that you would be more confident with him getting blitzed than Mikal, because Mikal obviously isn't as gifted a passer or a ball handler, basically. Noah Clowney is another player who's we watched him last week against Milwaukee, where we only lost that game by 7, but led for a good amount of the game where you want to be in front. We did really well. Really, really well with him in the game. Defensively was an absolute beast. And in the last 4 games, which starts from that Milwaukee fixture, he's played 12 minutes a game, but he's had a 30 net rating, plus 30 net rating, which is absolutely bizarre to me for a bloke who's barely played this season. So he's been awesome. Yeah. Cam Thomas also has more assists this season than he had in his first 2 seasons combined. So obviously getting more run over the course of the season, even with that huge injury which put him on the side for a while, that ankle sprain. Day'Ron Sharpe also has exceeded, well, his point tallies, or like season best point tallies, rebound tallies, assist tallies, I think block tallies as well. Those in the chat, welcome to the stream. There's a couple people that I haven't seen in the chat before, so welcome. Hope you're all doing well. And yeah, this game's going to start pretty shortly, I would imagine. The guys out for the Nets is Ben Simmons, Dennis Smith Jr., Cam Johnson, Keita Bates-Diop, who didn't really play, and Derek Whitehead, who was basically out all season with the G League affiliate. And then, yeah, we'll look at the starting lineups as well. Schroeder's had a cracking run of form since he's been introduced to the Nets. He had a great game the other day. I think he had about 20 points, 7 dimes. He's been a consistent scorer and, you know, facilitator as well for the Nets. So, you know, it's a good little 1-2 punch with having Schroeder in the team. You know, I can't really fault the backcourt since the All-Star break. Cam Thomas and Schroeder have been very, very good. It comes down to more the role players, the older presences in our team. Finney-Smith, Bridges, Cam Johnson, even Claxton. I'll call him a vet because, well, he's been in the league for a while now. He's entering his prime. He should be doing better. Does a lot of stupid technical fouls half the time, which kills our momentum off. But you know what? He's had some good games recently. The other day, I mean, it was a block party for like the back end of the fourth quarter, start of the overtime period. He just would not let anyone from the Wizards get a layup up. So he's going to be pretty essential today with Chicago obviously having Vucevic and Drummond. I would assume that Day'Ron plays the backup 5. And we've seen, I was calling for it about, well, in that Bucks game, the last net stream we did, play Clowney at the 4 and play him with Claxton or Day'Ron Sharpe. And we've seen that happen, and it's provided some good results. I want to see a Claxton-Clowney front court for the majority of the rest of the season if Clowney's going to play. I think, look, if we're going to extend Claxton, I think you have to play like a Clowney at the 4. Honestly. Because, bro, Cam Johnson too small, and he plays like he's 6'1", doesn't box out, doesn't rebound, isn't physical enough, and half the time can't score the ball, which is his one strength. Finney-Smith, the same. Finney-Smith is supposed to score the ball, he's a 3-and-D wing, but he just has not been able to space the floor properly, and I think teams are disrespecting him because of how poorly he shot it. So yeah, that is the situation. We're about to get this one underway. The starters for the Bulls, no Levine, as has been the case for a while, but Coby White, who had a little bit of an injury a couple weeks ago, is back. He was back last game as well. I don't know how long he's been back. But they're running a 3-guard lineup with Caruso, Dosunmu, and White, DeRozan, and Vucevic, the other 2 players on the floor for the Bulls. So pretty interesting game today because, I mean, the Bulls are the 8th seed. Sorry, with that voice crack included. The 9 seed they are, and the Hawks are really breathing down their neck. They're about a game back. The Nets are about 4.5, 5 games away from the 10 seed. So those games that they dropped about 10 games ago, like Memphis, Detroit, who else did they play? The Spurs, was Was there a game against the Hornets? Yeah. All those games that they dropped, I mean, it's a very different story if you win all of those games, which going in, we probably were favourites to win. But you know what? If you're not good enough to win those games, you don't deserve to be in the play-in. And the Hawks are beating the Celtics without Trae Young. So I don't know if that means the Hawks are better without Trae Young. I don't really know. I don't watch enough Hawks basketball to really give an informed answer on that. But here we go. So 5 on the floor: Claxton, Thomas, Bridges, Finney-Smith, and who did I miss? Schroeder. I think that's all of them. Alrighty, here we go. First quarter action, about to get underway. Claxton and Vucevic in the jump ball. And those who have just joined us, welcome. The Nets are going for their 3rd straight win today, which, I mean, is something that we haven't really been able to say too often in the last 3 or 4 months, but here we are. Game's underway. Claxton wins the tip, and the Nets will get into the first sequence of the game with Cam Thomas running the point. Kevin Ollie said, post-game, last game, that he loves Cam Thomas at the point, doing a great job of running the offense. It's finally taken, it's only taken 70 games, but we've finally reached the point of, good vibes. Claxton wasn't able to get the tip in after the Schroeder mid-range miss. And now Dosunmu out to Caruso into the post. Thomas nearly got the steal. Coby White's closed out by Schroeder. Derozan steps into a 3 and misses. He hits back iron, and the Nets will look to score the first bucket of the game. It's Schroeder out to Cam Thomas, who's picked up by Dosunmu. I would have thought Caruso's that assignment, but apparently not. Thomas to the corner for Mikal. The 3 over Caruso. It's off to the right, and a rebound by the Bulls. And it's Caruso who will hand it out to Vucevic, who will back down Claxton, and the turnaround hook shot is good. And the Bulls are on the board for the first time today. The first points of the game between both teams. So 2-0. Cam Thomas getting a few early touches, but he hasn't really been able to get a sniff of the basket at the moment. Bridges gets into the post. He's going to back down Caruso. Has it knocked away by Caruso. And the Bulls will hand it off to Coby White. Early offense. Nope. He's going to feed it out to Vucevic, who is wide open top of the key. That is his spot. He barely takes corner threes. It's always above the break. And he's hit the Bulls' first 3 of the game. So Clax is going to have to do a bit of a better job contesting those. Caruso yet again read another pass after Claxton was looking for the cutter, which was Bridges. But bro, Mikal, if he's posting up Caruso, I know Caruso's a very good defender, but Mikal getting further away from the basket and into the mid-range, I don't really like that move. Bridges shooting a top of the key 3 this time. It rattles out. Although it ends up with Schroeder, who hits the 3, the high arcing shot over Demar Derozan. And the Nets are on the board. It's taken a couple of minutes to do so. But the Nets get their first 3 off the back of some second chance points. So 5-3. Now Coby White to Caruso on the outside. Weaves through, gets inside. The layup over Claxton, it's blocked. Bridges with the steal after Caruso saved his own miss. Schroeder will have to hold play up because the pass he wanted was not on. He's going to 1-2 it with Claxton. The lob, Claxton tried to escort it in with the right hand, but he was fouled. A little push by Derozan. And we'll get 2 free throws here for Nic Claxton, who had a cracking game the other day. He had a double-double. He had a handful of blocks as well. I think that is a foul on Vucevic. And Clax is wearing the face mask today. Usually when you wear the face mask, you become a man possessed on the basketball court. You play well. Although that free throw was probably the worst thing I've ever seen. So maybe the mask is impeding his vision. I don't know. Clax is averaging some really good numbers in the last 14 games. Are they empty stats? Potentially. 13 and 10 he's averaging with 2 blocks in there. Shooting just a tick under 70% from the field. So he's highly efficient in that time. He misses both free throws, though. And the Nets come up empty on their first trip to the free throw line. DeRozan in a switch. Pass off. Wow, that's an air ball by Dosunmu. And that was a long way off as well. Thomas will step back on Coby White. The three is off. And the rebound by the Bulls. So they've done a good job defensively early on, Chicago. Really haven't had a sniff of scoring the ball. I mean, we haven't taken or scored from a jump shot yet. I mean, we've only scored one basket. Vucevic, the turnaround, doesn't get the angle. And now Thomas again, who's really been clamped well. Good pass to Claxton, faked the pass to the corner, went himself, missed it, but got his own miss, and then was fouled going up by Vucevic, I think. And if that is, that'll be his second personal. I think it's Coby White, though. Let's have a look. Yeah, I think it was a foul on Coby White there. From behind, so another 2 free throws here for Claxton. He missed the first 2, obviously, but he makes amends with that free throw, converts it, and the Nets are down by 1, with 1 free throw here to await. 8:30 to play here in this first quarter. If you are enjoying so far, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new. We're doing, well, Nets games for the rest of the year, and then we'll do as many as we can next year as well, of course. And we'll try to get some off-season content out, probably just reviewing the season, what it was, potentially talking about what we may see for the year ahead. DeRozan hits a deep 2. It looked like a 3, but DeRozan's only got mid-ranges in his arsenal, really. So, it was only right. He had his leg on the line. Schroeder from way downtown hits the 3, and he's got his second make from the outside, and he's got 6. So he's had a cracking start. The Nets have their first lead of the game. DeRozan pump fakes in the mid-range. The pass to Caruso, and Thomas jumped into Alex Caruso as he pump faked. I'm still kind of traumatized from the 130-187 that one time they played the Bulls. Yeah, I know that. I do remember that game vividly as well. It was like a 40-point deficit in the third quarter. Vucevic to the corner for DeRozan. Picked up by Finney-Smith. Clock winding down. DeRozan forced into a pass. Oh my God, Schroeder fell for the pump fake. It was waved off. So Schroeder falling for the pump fake probably worked wonders because it killed a little bit of extra clock, and Coby White did not get the shot off in time. Yeah, he was well in possession as the clock expired. So Nets force a shot clock violation, and the Nets can extend their very slender lead early on in this game. Mikal Bridges on the outside has not scored yet in this one. Pass out to Thomas. Gets by Dosunmu. Step back 2 over 2. It's off. Claxton gets the offensive board. Vucevic mistimed it. Clax could not complete the hook shot. So it's a little bit annoying. And that's the problem with Claxton. Oh my goodness. Vucevic was looking for the cutter, which was Caruso. It was a good move. And Vucevic was right to read the pass or read the movement off the ball. Instead, though, Caruso didn't know it was his business, and Vucevic has just thrown it out of bounds. So a turnover. Caruso looked like he was getting out of the way. Or trying to get out of the way. I mean, he doesn't have that bald head for nothing. It just ricocheted right off it and out of bounds. So that is the first, or that'll mark the first time out of the game. With the score at 8-7, 5 minutes in. So quite a lot of misses early on. We'll see who gets run off the bench for the Nets, because we've seen Watford play some good minutes. And in pre-season, I did a season preview. I actually said by the end of the season, Watford gets rotational minutes. Now, I don't know if I'm 100% correct, because, I mean, we've had injuries, but Watford's playing some really good minutes when given the opportunity. And he should be a long-term piece, because he is a good player. He's a point guard, but he's like 6'7". And he's got a really unique skill set, like those little floaters. He can back down, you know. He's sort of like Ben Simmons in a way. Like, Ben Simmons obviously is like a 6'10" point guard, so that really complicates things on the defensive end for oppositions. They're like, do we put a point guard on him? Do we put a bigger player on him? You know, it's sort of a tougher proposition. The Nets are not shooting too well at the moment. I mean, only 2 buckets made from the field in the first 5 minutes, and they are both from the outside. On the inside, we've really struggled. You can see the shots being taken. They're all in the mid-range, basically. Only one at the rim, which was actually a miss, and I believe it was a Claxton miss. Though we have 4 offensive rebounds, which is a great sign. Especially when, well, we should be feasting because DeRozan is there 4 on defense, essentially. Clax has had a good start to the game. Cam Thomas has not really done anything. He's had a couple shots, but no makes. They've been well contested, and Mikal's also missed. So, man, it would be a little bit of a disgusting sort of... it'd be a pretty disgusting view at the box score early on if Schroeder didn't make those couple of buckets, but so far, not a bad start. I mean, the Bulls aren't doing too well themselves, so the Nets will have the basketball out of the timeout here on the back of that Bulls turnover prior to the timeout. So Claxton is on the bench. I believe Dayron would be in as a result. Watford is in. Dayron's in. So no Clowney yet. He was listed on the injury report, but he's free to play today, Clowney. Sharp looking for a handoff to Bridges. Watford to the corner for Finney-Smith, who shoots the 3. It's off. Dayron trying to get the offensive board, but the Bulls crashed the glass with 3. And now DeRozan will kick it out to Caruso, and now they'll feed Vucevic in the post to the corner for Dosunmu. The 3 is short, and the rebound by the Nets. So we're nearly at the halfway point, and neither side in double figures yet for points. Watford the handoff to Finney-Smith. We'll take it inside on Dosunmu. The kick out to Bridges. It's wide open, and he hits the 3. It looked like it was lacking a ton of lift, but he willed that one in. And the Nets have their largest lead with 4 points the margin. So White on the outside, the switch. Now Caruso. Good cut by DeRozan, but it's waved off. There was a foul. And no, it wasn't a foul. I think the 3-second call saved our ass because there was an open layup for DeRozan. Excuse me. No, it was a foul. So Dayron took one for the team, and he's actually holding his hand where he's actually got like a support mechanism on. Coby White catch and shoot 3 on the kick out. It's off. The rebound by Sharp. And now Watford will get it to Schroeder. Early offense for the Nets. Bridges. Pump faked on the 3. Screen by Sharp on the outside. Gets inside. Bridges to the corner for Finney-Smith. It's open. Bro, Finney-Smith has been ass. He has been trash. Bro, get Clowney in. Honestly, he would make that 3. Vucevic to Dosunmu on the outside. Pass to Vucevic. Over Dayron Sharp. It's an easy 2. Bro, Finney-Smith has got to knock down those 3s. He was in fucking acres of space on that 3. Schroeder on the outside to Finney-Smith in the corner. Out to Watford, who shoots the 3. No hesitation. That one's off as well. So, offense been really hard to come by for both sides. The Nets only have 11 points in 6 minutes, yet lead by 2. Vucevic on the outside, closed out by Schroeder. DeRozan's left alone. We don't even bother contesting it. And there was good reason because DeRozan misfired and the Nets with another rebound. Bridges picked up by Craig, had it knocked away, and it will be Nets ball on the side. Subs being made here for both teams. Clowney in the game for the Nets. And it's Bittim. I kid you not, that actually is a player for Chicago. Thomas is back in. Bridges to the side. So Mikal will get a breather. Probably a much-needed breather. Schroeder remains in. Kick out to Clowney, who's open for three. Yes! I fucking told you he would hit the three. Wide open look. First shot of the game. First make. It's fucking criminal he didn't get time. Like, earlier on in the season when he was fucking balling out in the G League. Schroeder, transition play. After we got the turnover, he missed the layup, but Watford was able to score +1. And Trendon Watford, man, he's actually a fucking specialist at getting these and one plays. Schroeder, doing a bit of everything. I mean, was able to get the steal after feeding the pass out to Clowney on the perimeter. And then Schroeder misses the layup, but Watford was there for the follow. And a foul by Bittim, who reached in. And Watford makes the free throw. So the Nets up by 8. 17-9. We've had about 8 minutes elapsed. Drummond is in the game. So Clowney playing with Sharp in the front court. Drummond takes it, goes inside, shoots off the glass, and it'll be free throw. So I imagine Dayron is going to get in foul trouble very quickly. He's already committed 2 personals, and they've been, well, fouls you would expect from Dayron Sharp. So 2 free throws here for Drummond at the 3:55 mark of the first quarter. And he bricks the first. So Caruso back in. The 3:55 mark. Second free throw for Drummond is good. I thought it was off. It looked like it was going to rattle out a little bit awkwardly. So the 5 on the floor for the Nets now. Schroeder, Thomas, Watford, Clowney, and Sharp. Sharp had it knocked away. Looks like it's a reach in on Drummond. So 3:46 to play. So after the Bulls scored the first 5 of the game, the Nets have gone on a 17-5 extended run. It hasn't been too clinical, but the Nets are just simply hitting more shots than the Bulls and being smarter with the basketball, to be honest. Dayron's got Dosunmu on him. Schroeder's trying to cook on Drummond. Schroeder goes inside the scoop, didn't get the angle. And then Dayron with the putback too, but I don't think that hit the rim. The fucking clock expired. The clock expired. The ball definitely didn't hit the rim on the Schroeder layup. And then, well, the Nets have just gotten 2 points very fortuitously. And then on the other end, Dayron's committed a 3rd personal. So, wow. So free throws here for Dosunmu after that drive. So Dayron will go to the bench because, well, he's in foul trouble. He's going to be fouled out very quickly. Walker in the game. I would assume Finney Smith may get... No, he's still on the bench. So maybe they're playing Clowney at the 5. Nope, Claxton is back in. Chicago make both free throws. And Lonnie Walker has... Well, he's in the game. He has not played more than 14 minutes in the last... Well, 7 of the last 8 games. So he's really been starved for minutes, and with that starved for momentum and strong run of play, because he was an absolute gun early in the season. Thomas had to have been fouled. He's hit the 3 in the corner. That's stupid. How the fuck do you score those? But Cam Thomas, I think that's actually his first make of the game. Bit him the response. Nope, it hits back on the board. The long rebound by Thomas. We'll pass it to Watford in the middle, who cut down towards. Fake the handoff, went inside. Dunked by Claxton. The lob by Watford, and the Bulls are forced into a timeout. That was so smooth by Trendon Watford. I tell you what, this guy's an absolute baller. I don't know why we haven't played him more this season. I mean, it doesn't help when you go about 13 men deep on the roster, but Mate, what a damn play. What a play. So, man, the Nets have looked pretty good out the gate. Really can't complain with what we've dished up so far. Nets up by a healthy 12-point lead. And the Nets, well, the thing really spearheading this good start, well, there's a number of things. The three-pointers are 1. We've hit 5 of those on great efficiency. The 6 offensive rebounds are another thing. And the 0 turnovers are another thing. So even though we're not shooting the ball well overall, I think we've done a pretty flawless job of nearly everything else. Schroeder's hit a couple of threes. Cam Thomas has got 3 points. He just scored a bucket on the offensive end a couple of possessions ago. And he's one of the best players for plus minus. Look at that. Noah Clowney, 2 minutes into the game, plus 10 in the plus minus. And we were talking pre-game, in 4 games, he's got a plus 30 net rating, which is the best on the team. So when he's on the court, the team does better. And even though net rating plus minus sometimes can be a little bit misleading, I don't think it's that misleading when it comes to Clowney, because we're talking about a rookie here being a part of a good rotational group. Like, usually the rookies that have no experience weigh you down. But with him, he's actually elevating us a little bit. Excuse me. For the Bulls, 7 of Vucevic, and then basically nothing else exists. They have only had 11 shots. For context, I've just shown you how many shots we've had. We've had 22. We've doubled the amount of shots we've, or that the Bulls have had. We've had 4 extra threes. The big thing for the Bulls, no offensive rebounds, and they've also got 3 turnovers as well. So, you know, they're basically doing the polar opposite of what we're doing. You know, no threes, few turnovers, and then the offensive rebounding. We've already got 10 second chance points to their 0. So, you know, we're doing basically everything right so far. It's been a pretty good start. Pretty optimistic start, if I look at it from a Nets perspective. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new. Also, if you are a long-standing member of the channel, I do have a channel membership. So if you'd like to support the channel for about $1.50 a month, you are more than welcome to. There's a foul there on Watford, who basically swiped it. I believe it was Torrey Craig on the drive. Let's have a look. No, it was Lonnie Walker, and I reckon that was a legal steal there. Did hit him on the hand, but was his hand on the basketball? Because I'm pretty sure if it's on the basketball, it's legal. We're getting these Clowney Claxton minutes, the Twin Towers, some might call them. When those two are on the court, defensively we look so sturdy. It's actually ridiculous. I mean, Claxton, I think, instantly becomes a better player if you've got someone a little bit taller. Like, the switchability for this team is a bit fucked. Or this 5-man unit. It's actually a bit scuffed. Like, it shouldn't be allowed. It's like 2 of the same player, basically. Except, obviously, Clowney can space a little bit. He's sitting in the corner right now. Thomas has got the ball, though. Oh, my goodness. He moves through and wanted a goaltend, but he's not going to get it. Craig, an easy layup in transition. And the Bulls cut it to 8. So Drummond with the denial, and the Nets give away 2 fast break points. They've been pretty good at that most of the game today. Claxton to Thomas. Back to Claxton, who's going to drive it in himself. And the foul, I think Caruso got hit in the head. And he looks a little bit slow to get up. So let's have a look. Well, let's have a look first at the Cam Thomas shot. I reckon Drummond got to it just in time. Claxton, Yeah, let's have a look. Yeah, Caruso just got sent into another dimension with that body bump. It'll be 2 free throws here. The Nets now in the bonus. Alongside the Bulls, Claxton has had already 4 free throws, and these will be his 5th and 6th. But he has gone pretty... Well, he's been very hit or miss in this game so far. He's 2 of 5. Caruso to the bench, and he looks a little bit ginger on the side. Doesn't look 100% for sure. Claxton with another free throw here. Imminent. And that one's also off. So he made 2. He missed 2. He made 2. And now he's missed 2 again, which means he's supposed to make 2 the next trip. We're 3 of 7 from the field. Derozan locked up by Claxton. And now the kick out by the Bulls. White. The pass out to, I don't know who that is. Derozan shoots in the mid-range over Claxton. That's off. Please box out, you fucking idiot. Oh my God. Clowney's boxing out Drummond pretty damn well off the ball. He's got his back turned. 3 Nets are just watching the basketball go towards Clowney, who is just unsuspecting. Thomas, Walker, who wants to fucking grab the ball? Like, very, very flat-footed, and we've just given away 2 free throws for something that absolutely was avoidable. So just gifting the Bulls a few at the back end of the quarter here. DeRozan's basically been non-existent. The only real threat for the Bulls has been Vucevic, who's got 7 of their 18 points, but outside of him, a lot of inefficiency. I think it's Dalen Terry for the Bulls who's in the game. Claxton, handoff to Walker. Picked up by White, who's playing some great defense. Walker, the kick out to Watford in the corner. The 3 is good. And he looks at the Bulls bench. Says, I'm him. And, mate, he's been a gun early on. DeRozan, the kick out to Craig as he's doubled. Back to DeRozan, guarded by Claxton in the corner. DeRozan is going to get the foul. I thought Claxton got him clean, but every time I've said that, it's actually been a foul. So there's a reason I'm not an official. I'm probably blind as a bat half the time. We're going to get 2 free throws here for Chicago. They've limped their way to 20 points in this game. DeRozan's short on a free throw, which I feel is a bit uncharacteristic. Overall, pretty good first quarter by Brooklyn. Definitely am going to take this one for sure. Second by DeRozan is good. Splits the pair. 27-19 the score. The Nets will look to execute the 2-for-1 here. Probably look to get a shot up at about the 29 to 30-second mark of the quarter. Thomas looks like he wants to get into it a bit quicker, though. Screen by Claxton. Thomas the 2. It's off. Clowney and Claxton try to chase it up, but a miss. So we execute the 2-for-1, but don't actually get the bucket. So is it even an execution at all? DeRozan off the glass scores for 2 and gets it down to half a dozen. So it was up to as much as 12. They've sliced that deficit in half. Unless the Nets can score here with the 1 second difference between shot and game. They'll run the clock down. It's Lonnie Walker with the ball. 8 to shoot. Step back 3. That is audacious. It's off. And the Bulls, what the fuck are they doing? DeRozan will chuck a 3 up and airball it. Bro, they had like 4 seconds left on the clock. And DeRozan has acted as if they had a few less seconds. Didn't really advance the ball. And chucked up an airball from 3-quarter court. So that's quarter time done. The Nets lead 27-21 at the first change. And I'll tell you what, it's been a good quarter. But I would have liked a few more points on the table at the back end of the quarter. We've bailed the Bulls out with the free throws. I mean, they've made more free throws than field goals. And DeRozan really hasn't had a great quarter by his standards. Coby White's only put up the 1 shot, and Caruso also has done nothing. Basically, their whole starting lineup has done nothing. The turnovers, I mean, they've had a few of those. No offensive rebounds. The same cannot be said for the Nets, who have 6 of those and no turnovers. They've hit 6 threes, but the minute they take the ball inside the arc, it is very congested, and they've taken a ton of shots, which have been, well, highly contested. You can see there's not really any mid-ranges on the baseline or along the baseline. They've taken a lot of those down the middle, and that is where the Bulls have committed the most bodies, and yeah, it's resulted in a lot of misses. Cam Thomas is 1 of 5, and he's really been taking a lot of those mid-ranges in that spot of the court. Overall, though, no net with more than 6. That is an interesting observation. Schroeder is leading the way, scoring-wise, with Trent and Watford. The Nets are shooting it well. The free throws need to be a little bit better, but it doesn't really help that Claxton has taken basically all of them. He's taken 6. He's got to be better than what he's delivered so far from the line. So, definitely work to be done, for sure, in some certain respects. We've just got to see if we can open up the court a little bit, because, yeah, that congestion is really proving to be a little bit of a problem. If those three-pointers start to not go down, I mean, I expect that to be the case because we're shooting it pretty well early on, and we've taken quite a few. Usually as the game wears on, that sort of normalizes a little bit. So we've just got to be a little bit better in the respect of, seeing if we can get a little bit more versatility with the shots we're taking. So, yeah, 3 field goals made inside the arc. That has just simply got to be better in the second quarter. With all those extra looks we're getting as well with the offensive rebounds, you just need to see, you would have expected us to score a few more points. DeRozan is fouled and another free throw set here, and I don't really know what the Nets are supposed to do with that. DeRozan is a bit of a free throw merchant. Every time the shots typically don't fall for him, he manages to just keep the scoring ticking over with those free throws that he's able to draw, or those fouls he's able to draw, and the free throws he's able to get as a result. The first one is good by Demar. He cuts it to 5. It's been an absolute drag of a first quarter, I tell you what, because, mate, the free throws are a bit out of hand early on in this game, and usually that can't be said for Nets games. As DeRozan makes the second. I mean, the Bulls have taken 12. The Nets have taken 7. So, very free throw heavy early on. Thomas on the wing. He's got Drummond on him. On the outside. Drummond tries to knock it away. Thomas shoots a step back 2 over Drummond, and Drummond can only smile and laugh. As if to say, you've got to be fucking joking me. How have you made that shot? I'm like 7 inches taller than you and you've still found a way. That's a ridiculous shot. Seriously. DeRozan had it knocked away. The pass. Watford gets the steal. It's a 2-on-2. The trailer is Thomas. The layup is off. And it's also going the other way because DeRozan put his body on the line, planted himself, and Thomas is a little bit slow to get up as well. Thomas loves a good floater. He probably needed to use it there because DeRozan was good on the last line. Had it defended well. The Bulls will get into a set on the back of that good stop. That was the first net turnover. A dead ball turnover, but one nonetheless. Javonte Green, the drive. It's met at the rim. What? Let's have a look. So Javonte Green will get the 2 credited to him. Yeah, it's on the way down. So 29-25. Javonte Green did play for the Bulls, then he got waived, and now he's back there on a 2-way deal. Did play there last season. Claxton. Pass to Thomas on the outside. Now to Watford. Claxton in the post. He's got Green on him. The spin move off the glass. It's off. And, bro, Clax has got to be better at utilizing those mismatches, bro. The amount of times he's not able to exploit the size advantage that he's got is fairly frustrating. DeRozan over Clowney. That's off. The tip-in is good, though, by Terry. And that's the little things that you need to see from Cam Thomas on the defensive side. And I think there was another player involved in that as well, who needs to box out that sort of shot. Thomas gets his own miss after missing the three. He's going to get another crack at it. He passes to the corner for Clowney, who's going to drive it in, shoot over Terry, and not get the make. So the Bulls can tie the game after finding themselves down by as much as 12. White will get into the paint. Step back for two over Claxton. Miss it. Drummond, the tip-in is no good. Please get the fucking rebound, bro. All 5 players under the basket to one Chicago player, and we couldn't get the ball. Typical shit. Mate, for fuck's sake. So, the offensive rebound before, Watford and Thomas. One of you needs to take accountability and box that shit out. Bro, how does a 5-on-1 result in an L when you've got the 5 players, dude? Fuck off. It's just a joke. That is so on brand for a Nets game. Bro, the Bulls have been absolutely trash, which I don't really know what that says about us, to be honest. Given we've, lost a 12-point lead in the blink of an eye, really. Thomas got 5 points and the 3 rebounds. But he hasn't facilitated today. No net with more than 6. Interesting observation. The Bulls aren't shooting it well, but the free throw number is the thing that's been it's been the saving grace for them. They've got a 7-point advantage off the free throws. And they've gotten a couple of rebounds here in the last couple of minutes on the offensive glass. So, they're benefiting. Bro, Demar Derozan's having a fucking stinker of a match, and they are still in this contest. Good teams, this says a lot about where we're currently at. Good teams would absolutely put a Bulls performance away. A Bulls performance like this away, but we're not a good team, so... We're 17 games under 500 for a reason. Rigged games 100%. I wouldn't say that. I wouldn't say that. It's just the Nets are bad half the time. No real surprise. No real surprise. The Nets just doing their thing as per usual. Okay. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Lakers, an earlier start on Monday morning if you're in Australia, Sunday night, earlier Sunday night if you're in the US. That'll be a good game to watch for sure. So 29-27 the scoreline, and the Nets have been up basically the whole game, but the last few minutes it's been a little bit of a drag. Slow start on the offensive side for the Nets. Bulls will have another possession here. DeRozan will get it off the inbounds. He's going to pass it off to Green for 3. It's good. On brand for a fucking two-way player to knock down a 3. On brand. 7-0 run. Watford nearly lost the ball. The Nets have the numbers, I think. Bridges the shot, and he was fouled by Coby White. So they were pretty over-aggressive in the Nets backcourt, trying to rake in the steal, the Bulls, but that left them a little bit disadvantaged when the ball did bypass the half-court line. Mikal at the free throw line will shoot 2, and he converts the first to tie it up at 30. So Bridges back in. And to the bench, I don't remember who was on the court. Lonnie Walker, I think. Bridges makes both. 31-30. 9:20 to play here in this second quarter. Nets up 1. Nets playing a bit of 3-2 zone. Means White's open for a 3. A deep 3, but a 3 nonetheless. It's off though. And a board by Watford. Coby White is still scoreless in this one. Bridges is going to get it in the block. Kick out to Watford. Held up by Green. So the pass to Thomas. And now the switch with Green guarding again. Bridges catch and shoot 3. And that one's off as well. So we didn't even test the paint, which is... You'll get the open 3 if you do test the paint. There's another open 3 for Coby White. And another miss by Coby White. But an offensive board. The long board by Terry. Who's played some good minutes. He's going to shoot a 3. And basically airball it. It was a rim grazer. The Nets with the rebound. Bridges the drive. The Euro shoots the 2. Hangs and misses. And another board by the Bulls. This is a very, very awful watch. Bulls 3 of 9 in the quarter. And the Nets are 1 of 6. Drummond puts one up and is able to score the scoop. That was a pretty tough shot. And the Bulls lead by 1. Yet again. So a few lead changes here in this second quarter. Bro, both teams do not want to win this game. I promise you. Nets are playing, well, a brand that is quite far from a good brand of basketball. Bridges is doubled. What a pirouette. He fucking blew the floater. Then Claxton missed it. This team cannot fucking score a bucket in the second. And they're good looks as well. Coby White is fouled. And it'll be 2 free throws. Mate, what the fuck is going on here? Our good players can't score at the rim. Now we can't hit the 3s. We've scored 4 points in about 5 minutes. And I tell you what, it's actually looked way harder than it's needed to be. Schroeder's going to check back in. Clowney's getting some good extended minutes. I'm liking the fact that we're giving him that exposure. White makes the first. Bro, Chicago have been fucking awful. Bro, they have been absolute shit. The Bulls. Fucking hell. Coby White misses another free throw. Bro, this guy has been awful today. What a game of basketball this is. Far out. Clowney's out of the game. Just as I said, he's getting some good run. Watford remains in. Bridges the drive. The bounce pass to Watford. Sets the feet for 3. And that rims out. That was basically halfway down. I don't know how it found a way to rim out. That's the way the second quarter's gone. Dosunmu hangs in the air. Scores for 2. And I wouldn't imagine it's too far away. A Kevin Ollie timeout because the Nets cannot score the ball. We just need an offensive set to really get us going here in the second. We've only had 2 makes. Watford gets inside and gets the bounce. And I thought Claxton interfered with the rim. I thought he touched the rim after or while the ball was going down, which would have actually been an offensive basket interference, but we're okay. Dosunmu the pass out to Terry. The drive on Watford, the kick out to Green and now Coby White, the switch with Dorian Finney-Smith guarding. White gets inside and scores, I believe, his first bucket of the game. Vucevic and Caruso getting ready to check in. Bridges to Claxton on the outside. Now Schroeder. Picked up by Coby White above the break. The pass to Finney-Smith who cut to the basket. It was knocked away. And the Bulls get to it. And the Bulls will have a fast break chance. We have the numbers. That was a poor pass there by Coby White who flung it way too far to the left. And we're going to get a sub. The 6:07 mark, the Nets have scored 6 points in the whole quarter. The Bulls have scored 16. It really doesn't feel like they've actually been that dominant. But here they are with a nice old 4-point lead. After trailing by 12 in the first quarter. They were down 24-12. So it's a 25-9 extended run. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well. What am I doing? Having a sip of water. That's what I'm doing. If we check the box score, like, the Bulls have not played convincing at all. Look at their percentages. It's the free throws beefing their numbers up. That's the main saving grace. I mean, Coby White's been inefficient. Desumu's done nothing. Derozan's been inefficient. And Vucevic has played 7 minutes. So I don't really know how they're winning this game, to be honest. Probably the fact that the Nets also have looked god-awful most of the time. Watford's got 8, and he's our top scorer. And the Nets, I mean, their three-point percentage has gone down. They haven't really made one all quarter. And you're seeing the result of that. Like, can't score on the inside. We're getting offensive boards. We're not doing much with it. Had a couple turnovers in the quarter. Yeah, we're leaving a lot of points on the table. Claxton has got 4 points, shooting 1 of 6, and he's had 4 offensive rebounds. He should be converting those rebounds into buckets every day of the week. And Bridges, 5 points, 1 of 7 shooting. That is no good either. Absolutely no good. So they've just got to lift a little bit. Like, bro, the bench players should not be showing you up. So, yeah, it's been a little bit of a disappointing second quarter, I have to say. I knew this lead wouldn't last long. I mean, it is a, you know, it was bound to go away very, very quickly, I think. Like, 12-point leads are nothing in the modern NBA, let's be real. I would say that Watford has objectively been our best player. He scored 8 points. He's 3 of 5 from the floor. Been our most efficient player scoring-wise. And he's played 13 minutes and a half, which is something he hasn't done since, well, 2023. So he's deserved those minutes as well. He's played a good run of minutes. Like, was one of the first subs to come in the first quarter and was one of the last to exit. Or was the last to exit here in the second quarter. Mikal, 1-2 with Schroeder. Screen and switch. Schroeder goes baseline. Out to Finney-Smith, who weaves through. Oh my god, bro. What the fuck is Finney-Smith doing, man? He's just doing cardio at this point. That guy's lost so much value, it's actually unfunny. Caruso, the pass to Vucevic. And now the handoff to Caruso. Around the screen. Kick out to Green for 3. And it's badly off. It actually bounces off Bridges' shoulder. He wasn't even looking at the ball. It went straight to Cam Thomas. So, call that an assist for a rebound if there ever was one. Good lob by Cam Thomas. He attracted multiple defenders. Claxton was open in the dunker spot as a result. And 2 more points for the Nets. And we haven't been able to say that too often in this second quarter. 7 minutes have gone in the second, and the Nets only have 8 points. Coby White going to drive on Claxton here. Shoots the 2 over the top, and that rims out as well. Thomas the rebound. He's been raking in those boards. I don't think he's ever had a double-double in his career. He's on track for that, for sure. Schroeder, the drive, well held up. The switch. Green's guarding. Schroeder to Claxton. Back to Schroeder. Shoots a 3. There was a bit of space. And it's off. And the rebound by Vucevic. I don't really like that one-man action when we've got multiple other good players on the floor. There's a foul. And it's on Schroeder, I think. The Sumu will go to the free throw line. The 4:27 mark. So Dosunmu makes the first, gets that lead back up to 3. Dayron returns. Claxton is needed to cover those minutes in the middle portion of the quarter, which means Dayron's probably closing out the half. Second for Dosunmu was good. Gets it back up to a 2-possession game. And the Nets will bring it up the floor here. Schroeder going to pass it out to Dayron, top of the key. Cam Thomas will fetch. The drive by Thomas moves through. Denied at the rim, I think, by the rim. I don't think it was actually a player who got onto it. Finney Smith, the layup is good. First points of the match. Pretty important bucket as the clock winded down. And now the Bulls. DeRozan, open 2. That's going to be money every day of the week. And he really hasn't gotten those to go so far in this match. But the minute you give him a bit of space, it's going to result in some nice things. Thomas, screen used. Double. Dayron in the middle. Oh my god, bro. These fucking passes. We try to go for the all or nothing. Bro, that was not worth the risk. Oh my god. Bro, Dayron's got to know the time. You got to go the safe pass late in the clock. Just a pretty dead sort of turnover to give away. Vucevic over Sharp. It's off. And I don't know what that is. That is just not a foul. Sharp has picked up his 4th personal. He was right to commit. I mean, he had to commit. Let's have a look. Yeah, he's jumped into him. Fucking idiot. Idiot. Dayron has these games every so often where he just cannot remain on the floor. It looks like they're going to have to bring Claxton back in again, who's just gone to the bench for a breather. Dayron spent more time on the bench. Bro, I mean, on 3 fouls, he was probably bound to give away a 4th, I feel. Claxton gets the rebound after Vucevic misses another free throw for the Bulls. They haven't been perfect from the line either. Oh my god, bro. These fucking turnovers are doing my fucking head in, bro. And just as my game stopped. What's going on here? I'm going to assume the Bulls have scored the bucket. I'm going to have to refresh my whole web page. So annoying. Fuck's sake. Or have we called a timeout? I think we did call a timeout. Green and easy dunk. Bro, 2-way players are showing you up. It's actually embarrassing. Finney Smith to Claxton. 7-point lead for the Bulls. Done well to really get back into this game. Schroeder moves through. Easy 2-pointer. With the right hand, the floater's good. We have fucking struggled in the second for points, man. Dosunmu, the pass to Caruso, shoots a 3 over Schroeder. It is off. Get the board, Mikal. Thank you. Schroeder on the outside. Drive. Gets another right-handed floater up and scores again. Very smooth looking floater there. And that's his specialty. White out to DeRozan. Pass to Dosunmu on the wing. He's picked up by Thomas. He's going to drive on him. Gets inside. Claxton late on the rotation across. And a 2 off the window by Ayo. We're in the final 2 minutes of the quarter. My clock is a little bit behind. Thomas, the kick out to Finney Smith. Schroeder, he's feeling it, and he hits a 3 again. Bro, Dennis is actually cooked. Mate, he should not be this good. Mate, Schroeder has not missed from deep. Where would we be without Dennis Schroeder? Crazy to say. Vucevic the quick response, though, because no one is fucking bothering to guard him from his hot zone. Thomas. Schroeder again. Oh, he knew he missed it. And now Coby White is going to get ahead of the pack, get blocked but fouled. It's more free throws. And that is actually because Schroeder tried to chase up his own miss. Coby White recognized that, got ahead of the pack. Pretty much unattended. So annoying though, man. We should not be losing to the fucking Bulls. They have been crap. Apparently we've been worse. So the Bulls have somehow ended up scoring like 30 points in this quarter. They have not been that good offensively, I promise you that. So Coby White getting 2 more free throws here. He has had a really rough half. And he's missed another free throw. So, bro, the Bulls are leaving a few points on the table. They've had 20 first half free throws. That is an unhealthy amount. You've given the Bulls the lead off the back of that. Claxton faked the handoff and then had the foul called in his favor. I thought Vucevic was, well, I thought Vuce was nailed on to give away an easy layup. Clax has taken the mask off, so maybe he's going to ditch the mask for the free throws. Because he's gone 2 of 6 in this first half, so maybe he feels a little bit put off. He's just completely ditched it. I don't know where the mask has gone. Oh my god, and he's actually shot a worse free throw. Oh my god, Clax, bro. He has been trash from the line. He's had some really good free throw games. Today's 2 of 8. What the fuck? Even if he, like, splits the pair every time, I wouldn't mind that. He's been fucking abysmal from the line today. Dosunmu goes downhill and scores for 2 more. It's an 8-point lead for Chicago. I don't think they've had as big a lead in the whole game. Thomas the drive. The layup gets it to go +1, and White's committed another personal. And it's a 2-for-1 execution as well. So everything about that was right for the Nets. And usually it's a lot of wrong. Usually nothing goes right for this mob. But they've gotten it to go there. A 3-point play executed at a perfect time of the quarter. And the free throw is converted. So the Nets capitalize there. They trail by 5. And the Bulls will hold for 1. Which will give the Nets a crack at bringing it the length of the floor in about 9 seconds. Derozan. Switch. He's got Thomas guarding. Caruso. Kick out to White to the corner for Vucevic. The 3 is off the board by Claxton. You got 10 seconds. We get it to Schroeder, who gives it to Bridges, who will pass it back to Schroeder. And now Thomas puts up a prayer. It's off. That was just a terrible shot. And that's halftime. I don't know what on earth that was. You just had to take it inside and kick it out. Keep it simple. Instead, the Nets didn't even bother trying to drive it in. And that's the half. So the Nets only scored 20 points in that second quarter. The Bulls went out and scored 31. And hopefully that's our really lopsided shit quarter out of the way. We only trail by 5. And I tell you what, if we were playing a good team, we'd get absolutely smoked. Because we've played an absolutely shocking half. But, mate, if it wasn't for Dennis Schroeder, I don't know where this team would be. And even Trent and Watford, those two have been really, really efficient from the field. They've combined for 21 of our points. So nearly half of our points have come through those two. Cam Thomas been really inefficient today after having a cracking match last time out. He's only got the 1 dime. That extends his run of games with an assist to 21. The Nets have had 6 turnovers, though, in the game, and they had none at quarter time. So that has been a huge shortcoming for them in the second quarter. The free throw number just looks shocking, but the only reason it does is because Claxton has taken 8 free throws and missed, every free throw we've missed has come from Claxton. The 3-point percentage, I did say at quarter time, we've got to try find ways to score a little bit more in a versatile manner because we just could not score the ball inside the arc in the first quarter. And I knew the threes weren't going to be sustainable for that long. We went 1 of 7 in that quarter, so really struggling to an extent there. And ultimately, the Nets are just shooting pretty poorly. Offensive rebounds had plenty of those, but haven't really been too clinical there. Claxton, 2 of 7 from the field, and he's had 4 offensive boards. He's needed to be more clinical there. And we were talking a little bit earlier about his field goal percentage in like the last 14 games. He's like at 68 to 70%. Today, he's not even close to that. And the free throws look just as bad, if not worse. He's played the most minutes, though, or nearly the most minutes of any player. And, yeah, I mean, he's got to step up because no Day'Ron Sharp. Clowney played limited minutes. We need to see a bit more from Clax in the second half. He's a team worst -10 as well. If you're playing that many minutes, you know, and you're putting up those results, we're not going to be in a good spot to win the game. Bridges needs to lift. 1 field goal in the half is not good enough. And even Cam, he needs to lift too. Basically, everyone on the team needs to lift because we're not going to win off the back of scoring another 47 points in the second half. It's just not going to happen. The worrying thing for the Bulls, or looking at it from a Nets perspective, is that the Bulls really have not had much of their own going for them as well. They're shooting the ball better than us, but they have taken far less shots, I'm pretty sure. They've taken 36. Well, we've taken 46. So we've had 10 extra shots, but the Bulls have had 10 extra free throws, or 8 extra free throws. They've made 9 more. They've only made 3 3-pointers in a half. Now, there's been quite a few games in this run of form for the Nets, especially in that losing streak. There were games where we held teams, like I think against the Pacers, we held them to 6 threes in the whole game, but still lost because we could not defend on the inside. And today, well, you look at the percentages. I mean, they're 3 of 15 from the outside, but they're 14 of 21 on the inside. That's like 66%. Like that's 2 makes for every 3 shots. You know, that's not good enough. And that goes back to players like Claxton, like Finney Smith. If he's not going to score fucking more than 2 points in a half, Finney Smith, he needs to be better on defense. He's done a decent job on DeRozan. But, you know, we've kept him off the offensive glass as well, but there's just been a few too many layups open and a lot of free throws being conceded because of late rollover and that sort of thing. Vucevic has been very good, only taken the 6 shots, but he's been very efficient on all of those. The Warriors, Coby White has not scored the ball well at all. Desumu's only 2 misses have been air balls, yet he's still got the second most points on the team. And Demar Derozan, only the 8 shots. He's been defended well, shooting 3 of 8. So we've done the right things on the defensive side to win the game in the first half, but, you know, we have nothing to show for it. We're down 5 points, and ultimately it can probably be seen as a failure this first half, to be quite honest. If we look at the team stats, we just should be in front. Simply put, we should be with 10 extra shots. And we've had a decent enough amount of free throws as well. It's just the wrong players been getting the ball at the free throw line. Turnovers have been evened up. In the first quarter, we didn't have any. So the Bulls have fought back well, and that sort of summarizes, you know, the reason the Bulls are back in front. It hasn't been a high assist game. The Nets only 8 dimes for their 17 made field goals. So I think in the second half, that has got to be a point of emphasis. I think we need at least 20 to 25. Yeah, I think it's essential, to be honest. But if you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back in a couple of days' time for Nets Lakers, so that should be a good one. But yeah, man, it's been pretty tough going for the Nets in the first half. Tell you what, but there's a long way to bring it back. We've just got to be... Well, first we've got to find the open looks, man. We just haven't been good enough with the ball movement, and I think Chicago have done a good job of sort of getting us into a little bit of a rut and looking a little bit lost on offense, but we've still got to be better. We've got to keep them guessing. Haven't done a good job of that. And yeah, the rebounding, I mean, we're getting tons of those rebounds, just have not been good enough punishment-wise, the real issue for me is that Schroeder's got 1 dime. The highest assist getter on the team is Finney Smith with 2. You need your point guards. You need your high usage players to have it, to be actually facilitating the ball. But yeah, we just haven't been good enough in that respect. A lot of mid-ranges, a lot of top-of-the-key threes. We haven't really done a good job of getting to the wings at all. And taking those sort of shots, which is frustrating. But yeah, I mean, first protocol is just, you've just got to like do a better job of, running offensive sets, man, because a lot of the time it's just looked a bit disjointed, and yeah, we've looked lost by definition. So yeah, there's plenty of work to be done going into the second half for sure. But as I said, we're only down by 4 points. Good thing about it is we're only down 5, and as much as we've been shit, we've been let off. The Bulls have missed quite a few free throws amongst turning the ball over. And yeah, their stars really haven't gotten going. Their key players haven't got going. Yeah, so that is really the keys to the game in the second half. I think it's getting your good players involved, because the output just hasn't been good enough from Cam Thomas, Bridges, even Finney Smith. Claxton has been like good on the glass, but he's done nothing with it. It's pretty counterproductive to get rebounds and just do nothing with it. You might as well just not get the rebound at all. There's some pretty good games going on around the grounds. The Suns are playing OKC. That's a cracking game. Cleveland up on Philly. Indy playing the Lakers. There's a lot of good games there. Miami destroying Portland. They're up 27 in the second quarter against the Blazers, who have got like no one. Absolutely no one. So yeah. Yeah. I mean, this win's not going to do much. It doesn't really do anything for us, in fact. But you know what? I just want to see wins. It's just annoying, the method of the way in which we lose games. It's really infuriating. Really infuriating. So we'll see how we go, honestly. But mate, it's on the players. It's pretty simple. Kevin Ollie can only do so much. I mean, Bridges, like, they've got to make shit happen, ultimately. I wish I could say it like in a more sophisticated manner, but it really isn't something too sophisticated. It just isn't. Like, yeah. Let me know your thoughts on what this first half has taken away, or what this first half has taught you. I mean, what I'm seeing is Cam Thomas trying to get to his spots. The Bulls doing a good job of blitzing it. I mean, there's been a couple of open looks in the corner for the Nets. Top of the key, there's been a few. But just a lot of ISO ball in the second quarter, I tell you what. But there were also a lot of putback opportunities which just went to waste. If we go to the game stats, second chance points 12-7. We had 10-0 in the first quarter, I'm pretty sure. So did nothing in the second quarter. Fast break points 12-5 the way of Chicago. Points off turnovers 5 each. So it's pretty even there, but you just got to ensure you don't let them run the break. We've been very susceptible to fouling them, and that the chances of you fouling just go skyrocket with the Nets. It just skyrockets with the Nets the minute you run the break. Like, we're either not getting a stop because we'll just let them score the easy 2, or we're fouling them, or we're fouling and giving away the bucket. Like, There's really no W's there, but yeah. The Nets need to ensure that they just don't let Coby White start well in the second half. DeRozan, they don't let him get going early on, because those are the guys that are keeping him in this game, really. The Nets are, in charge of their own downfall as well, with Cam Thomas not playing well, Bridges not playing well. But I can see those two right there, and even Claxton for that matter. I can see those guys not really having much of an impact in the second half based off the way they've been treated in the first half by the Bulls. Whereas DeRozan and Coby White, I just can sense one or the other or both are just going to catch fire in the second half. They're going to be a little bit more aggressive getting it to DeRozan, who's only taken the 8 shots. Coby White's only taken the 6 shots, but he's still gotten to the line a little bit. But yeah, as I said, the assist number needs to go up. Finney Smith cannot be your leading assist getter in this game in a half. It's just it's no good. Absolutely not. So, second half, I imagine, is probably on the horizon. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new as well. Okay. So, I don't know who it's going to be. I really don't know who it's going to be, the bloke that just says, fuck this, I'm taking charge of the game. No one else is going to do it, so I'm going to do it. I'll tell you what, if they're being serious, they'll play they'll play Watford down the stretch to close the game. They have to. They have to, because they just cannot let this shit fly. For the second half, man. Alrighty. So we've got the Lakers up next. That'll be a game I cover. And then we won't cover another game. We'll miss the 2 Pacers games midweek. And then we'll be back, I believe, for Nets Detroit and Nets Kings. So there's a couple of games there on the horizon. On the weekends. Alrighty. Second half about to get underway. Ooh. Okay. Alrighty. Come on, lads. So the Bulls will start with it. Early offense by the Bulls. Coby White in the corner. Caruso to Vucevic and now DeRozan the switch. Gonna shoot the 2, but Bridges has terrible positioning on the box out. It didn't matter. It went down. But I was watching that box out and Vucevic just got great positioning. You could tell from the outset. Schroeder was open top of the key. They didn't actually see that. Schroeder now will get inside and shoot with the right hand. He was well short. Claxton with the board, and he gets the 2 to go, +1. And I tell you what, Clax has taken the mask off. No fucks given for the injury he's got. And immediately scores. Let's see if he can turn that to those second chance points, which he could not convert in the first half. Let's see if he can turn that into, well, a make at the free throw line, which he also was lacking in the first half. No, he cannot. So it's good to see that one thing has decided to sustain itself from the second, or from the first half into the second. Vucevic is open. Claxton called out for someone to cover it. They didn't, but Vucevic missed, and the Nets are lucky for it. Thomas, top of the key, going to pull up for two over Vooch. It's off, and a rebound by Derozan. Gets it ahead, but Bridges was able to get the steal. And now Finney-Smith, top of the key for Schroeder. Surveys the floor. Bridges is open for three. He steps in to the three and knocks it down. And Mikal, who had a very quiet first half, only the one field goal makes a three there. Vucevic backs down Claxton. The kick out to White. The three is good. And that's what he could not do all of the first half. And yeah, this is gonna be pretty on brand for the Nets. Hold up a good player in the first half and then let them have an absolute world-class performance. The second half, Schroeder got blocked, gets it ahead to Caruso. The pass to Derozan. Knocks it away. Caruso gathered it and missed it off the glass, but guess who? Vucevic on the glass, and a timeout by the Nets. Typical. You don't see the Nets doing that shit. On brand for the Nets. I'll tell you what. First didn't swoop on the steal. The Bulls just a little bit more reactive to it. And then on the glass as well. You have multiple bodies under the rim. One doesn't sacrifice their game to just box out the opponent. It's like earlier in the game when Clowney was boxing out Vucevic and actually forced him away from the rim, and the Nets players didn't react. Clowney actually gave away a foul because of it. It's almost like the Nets players were absolutely bamboozled by the fact that a teammate had done the selfless thing and boxed out without chasing the stat. Like, that is something that way too many of our players do. They don't even fucking think about boxing out. They just think about getting the rebound, and in the end, they spoil each other. So, oh, goodness me. It's just the same stuff. The same little things. Alrighty. Out of the timeout, I would expect, well, no subs to be made. I mean, it's 1.5 minutes into this fucking third quarter. Where's the EGBs? Yeah, I don't think they exist, man. The energy generating behaviors are a myth with this group. Actually, frauds. The youth are the only ones that sort of really show it. At the same time, even they fall short. It's just frustrating. It's so controllable. Does my head in. I mean, we're past the point of me being angry at them. Because really, there's nothing to play for these days at this stage of the year. And you know what? Some people want us to make the play, and I'm so happy the season is ending at the end of the year. I just need a reset, bro. We're in the final 10 games of the year. And ultimately, it's more just about getting reps into the team, seeing what you've got. I think we know what we've got now. If post-All-Star break hasn't indicated anything, or has indicated anything, it's that, you know, sizable change is needed. And you know which players you want to hold on to beyond this season, which players you need to get rid of, be proactive with if you're really wanting to embrace the future. Coby White misses the corner three after the Nets scored a three of their own through a Dennis Schroeder try. Bridges has an open look. It is wide open and he hits the three and cuts it down. So 2 consecutive threes for the Nets has cut it down to 1 from 7 about half a minute ago. And now Derozan's going to take it inside. Bit of space given. Vucevic guarded by Finney-Smith on the outside. The switch now. Caruso, DeRozan is going to drive on Thomas. That's too easy of a lane. Way, way, way too easy. And that's what happens when Cam Thomas ends up getting switched onto Demar. It's just going to be a cakewalk for DeRozan to use that offensive craft to get inside. Thomas is going to use his own offensive craft to send it to the corner for Finney-Smith, who was walking a tightrope, was able to regain his balance, but wasn't able to score the corner three, which was open for ages. Vucevic is short on his three from top of the key. And the Nets will look to tie it up or take the lead. Well, they can't take the lead, but Bridges ties it up. 2 consecutive threes for Mikal, and finally he's decided to wake up. 3 threes in the quarter for Mikal. Caruso getting harassed there by Schroeder. And Schroeder's going to pick up the personal. So the Nets have responded well here. Already 14 points in about 4 minutes of action here in this third quarter. Caruso takes it downhill. Fell to the floor. Good defense by CT. Another steal by Mikal. Finney-Smith. Layup is good. That is superb team basketball by the Nets. Transition basketball to a T. And now Dosunmu will drive it in. Claxton could not get there in time. Dosunmu got caught up with the cameraman. And now the Nets will try to exploit that. But DeRozan will commit a foul. And I think Bridges wanted the take foul, because that was absolutely not a play on the ball. So 63 apiece. The Nets can take the lead here. It's been in the Bulls' favor for much of the middle portion of the game. Schroeder on the outside to Bridges, who has no space this time to shoot. He's got Caruso guarding. He's not going to permit him any space. Thomas is open in the corner. Yes! Good play off the ball by Finney-Smith. It was that screen on Coby White which gave CT a wide open look and an equally good find in the corner. Dosunmu changes gears. Kicks it out to Caruso. Finney-Smith gets the steal. CT will end up with it. Mikal moves through. Finney-Smith, open three for Schroeder. Yes, sir! Timeouts! Come on! What the fuck did Kevin Ollie say at the timeout about 3 minutes ago? I think it was called at the 10:06 mark, where I just said the same shit was happening. We were down 59-52 at that time. We have gone in the last 3 minutes on a 17-4 run. And I don't really know where this has come from. We scored 20 points in the whole second quarter, ladies and gents. And we've gone and scored 17 in 3 minutes. That is just ridiculous. And all of a sudden, in the blink of an eye, the Nets are up by 6. And I tell you what, been some superb play in the last couple of minutes. Getting stops, 3-pointers. I mean, what more could you ask for? And this box score here, this is what it was at halftime. We're going to refresh and see what the state of it is now, because I called on some key players to actually get some, well, improve. And Mikal Bridges, 9 points in the quarter. Finney-Smith has also scored. Claxton scored. Cam Thomas has scored. Schroeder scored. A lot. And I'll tell you what, the Nets are much, much better for it here in this third quarter. And the assist numbers are starting to balloon. I mean, we said at halftime, Finney-Smith should not have the most assists on this team at halftime. He had 2. That was the highest. You will not believe we have 15 assists already and we've played 5 minutes of the third. We have doubled that total in 5 minutes. And Schroeder's got 4 dimes in the quarter, and he's also beefed up his scoring by 6. So he's done a little bit of everything. Demar Derozan's gotten on the board here in this third quarter as well, with Coby White. But, I mean, they're still shooting the 3-ball pretty poorly, and they've been kept off the free throw line here in this third quarter, which is so key. Also, to make matters worse for them, they've turned the ball over 3 times in the quarter, which is exactly what got us the lead in the first place in the first quarter. And we have had no turnovers. So literally in the first quarter, this is exactly what happened. We have hit 13 threes in the game. Thank you very much, Dennis Schroeder, man. Because, bro, 5 threes in the game. Mikal's actually done a good job here in this third quarter. He's beefed up his scoring total. And rightfully so. He needed to fucking step up. Because we couldn't play the second half shooting 38% from the field and 3. Even though we're shooting sub 50% from, we're shooting sub 50% from the line. That's all to do with Claxton and no one else. We've also gotten offensive rebounds in the quarter. The Bulls, they also have only had the 1 offensive rebound. So we have done everything in this little run of the last 3 minutes that basically got us the lead in the first place. DeRozan in the mid-range has dough on him. The kick out to the corner for Vucevic, and now Coby White had Mikal on skates, sends it to the corner for Caruso. The 3 is good, and that is a very timely make. That's his first make of the game as well. Caruso had not made a field goal before that. So that is exactly what you want out the timeout. If you are Chicago, Claxton will get it back to Bridges, and now Claxton, the push shot, rims out somehow. Finney-Smith nearly got the rebound, but Vucevic was able to secure it. So the Bulls can cut into this. Dosunmu well held up by Cam Thomas, and now DeRozan on the outside. The switch is going to shoot over Claxton and convert the shot, and it's back down to 1 yet again, ladies and gents. No surprises there. It's a game of runs, they say. Bridges lost the ball. It's knocked to Claxton, to the corner for Finney-Smith. It's an open look, and he converts as well. So Doe did not hit that in the first half, but he's done us a good service there. The Nets have made 7 of their 8 threes in the quarter. Claxton, the chase down block from behind. And now the Nets will go the other way. The Bulls are set defensively, but the Nets... Oh, wow. Cam Thomas is getting it knocked away. Somehow regained it. Shoots the 2 and was fouled by Dosunmu. And that's a bailout because Cam Thomas, I mean, he had Bridges to the right. Bit of tunnel vision coming into play on that sequence. But Dosunmu bails out the Nets with a costly foul. It'll be 2 free throws coming up after he got blocked on the other end by Claxton. So Clax has really got to stop wearing that bloody mask because, mate, it just completely derails his ability on the court, it seems. Torrey Craig is back in. Clax goes to the bench just as I mention his name. So he's pushing another double-double, which basically runs with the trend of what he's done in the last 10 to 15 games. We're playing Clowney at the 5, which is an interesting call because, well, Vucevic is going to outmuscle him for sure. Clowney is fucking slender as hell. And yeah, he's manning the middle, which is an interesting decision. DeRozan out to Coby White. We're playing a bit of zone with Clowney as the small ball 5, so maybe that's going to help us out a little bit. The defensive scheme. DeRozan over Clowney, it's good again. So DeRozan could not make a fucking mid-range for his life in the first half, but he's really gotten into the game here in this third quarter, kept the Bulls going. Oh, Thomas with the change. Oh my God, he's blown the fucking layup. That was so nasty. The hesitation had the Bulls defender on skates. DeRozan shoots another 2. It's off. This is going to be the fucking issue without Claxton on the floor or any center on the floor for that matter. Vucevic is going to cook. He's going to absolutely cook. Watford is in the game, and he will sub in for Cam Thomas, which is an interesting call at the 4:40 mark of the quarter. The Bulls can cut it to a single possession here. So they force the DeRozan miss, but they will get another look at it. DeRozan got rid. Oh, you fucking rat, DeRozan. 2 free throws here for Demar. Clowney fell for the pump fake. DeRozan will go to the free throw line. What an absolute rat move. But you know what? I don't even... how is that not an offensive foul? He just completely removes him with the extension of the forearm. Is that not an offensive foul in anyone's book? So DeMar knocks down the first, and it's back down to a cheeky little 3-point game. 1 free throw awaits the 4:34 mark here of this third quarter. So DeRozan the second. He's really come alive here in this third quarter. Makes both. Been making buckets for days, especially at the back end, or middle portion of this third quarter. Bridges, bro, every time he fucking collects the handoff, he looks so fucking dodgy. Far out. Schroeder the layup is good. The soft touch at the rim. He's having a cracking match. He's backed up the Wizards' performance with a brilliant performance today, leading the way, being a true leadership sort of figure. One of the oldest players on the team. DeRozan is short on the mid-range, but guess what? We have no center, so we can't box out. Offensive board. Oh my God. Coby White, another 3. Dumbass is playing without a fucking center, bro. It's so stupid, man. Why would you take Claxton out with fucking Vucevic still on the court? If you want to play that game, have Dayron on the court. That's so fucking stupid. We've given away 2 second chance opportunities in the last minute because of it. That's a terrible pace. Surely you have more brains than that, Kevin Ollie. Drummond is in the game now. That actually makes me even more unsure about our ability to get offensive boards. Bridges out to Watford, who will go down the middle. He had his shot blocked, and then Terry fumbled it out of bounds as he was trying to fully gather the basketball. The Nets will only have 4.5 to shoot because the Bulls never got full possession of it. I don't know why we're not playing Dayron sharp. I mean, I know he's in foul trouble, but, bro, he's not giving away offensive rebounds, I don't think. Bridges with the inbounding duties. Got to get it in. Finney-Smith. Clowney is going to have to put up a 3, and he was blocked. I don't know why you'd inbound it to Finney-Smith, of all players, that late in the clock. DeRozan can cook here. He gets inside, misses the layup, the board by Watford. Good gang rebounding effort. There are trailers for the Nets. Finney-Smith was one of those. But a good closeout by Caruso. And now Watford in the post, guarded by Terry. Back out to Finney-Smith. The 3 is good again. We've hit another one. Fucking hell, where's this 3-point surge come from? I think that's our 8th 3 of the quarter. Craig gets inside, lost his footing, had the chair taken out from underneath. The Nets have a 4-on-2. Clowney's the trailer. Bridges the open 3 in the corner. It's off, you fucking idiot. Drummond gets the board. Bridges knocks it away as they try to get it ahead. It ends up with Clowney. Bridges. Watford gets by. Euro. Layup. He blew the shot. And then the Bulls get the board. Oh my goodness. This is end-to-end bullshit, mate. Caruso is going to slow it right down with 2:20 left in the third. What a hectic set of moments. The Nets really should have gotten a score off the back of that. DeRozan, good cut by Drummond. Finney-Smith swatted the shit out of him from behind. It's going to be 2 free throws, though, for Andre Drummond. I don't understand how we don't get a make. Bridges an open look in the corner. You would have thought with all the makes he's had in this third quarter, he would convert that one, but apparently not. So 2 free throws here for Drummond. We're going to have a ball game here in the last quarter for sure, though. 2:09 to play here in the third quarter. If you are enjoying, make sure to drop a like and subscribe if you are new as well. We'll be back for Nets Lakers in a couple of days' time. Drummond's first free throw is off, and you don't really know what you're going to get with Drummond at the free throw line. Jalen Wilson is into the game, so it looks like with Bridges going to the bench, having nearly played the entire quarter with Dorian Finney-Smith, who have both had excellent third quarters, there's going to be some increased responsibility here because that front court is very, very inexperienced. Wilson and Clowney, the two bigs, and then Watford there as a third aid, basically. We enter the final 2 minutes. Watford running the point, but we've got 3 ball handlers on the court with Thomas and Schroeder also out there. Schroeder gets inside, flings it to the corner for Watford. Schroeder will get it back. Shoot another 3. That one was a bad miss. Didn't get the right bit of elevation on it. Caruso bounce past to Drummond. It was too low for him. And a steal by the Nets. Thomas with the ball. He pulls up for 3. Top of the key. Yes, sir! The audacity to shoot that shit. But I'll tell you what. He's good enough to make those. And it looks good when it comes off. 16 points off turnovers. The Bulls don't respond. As Coby White takes the one and done. And the Nets can go on a late quarter run here, which would be very handy. Going into the fourth. Schroeder blows the layup. And he's not happy about it. And the Bulls in transition have the numbers here. Craig, top of the key. The 3 is good. And Schroeder's not happy about that. That is nearly a 5-point swing if that was a foul. Big shot to hit. It could have been an 8-point lead instead. It's a 3-point lead, a 1-possession game. Watford goes inside. He thought he was fouled. And there is a foul. And it's on Caruso. And it will be 2 shots. So, bro, that is just a foul every day of the week. What on earth, mate? That's not even... Like, that is not even up... Like, that's not even, like, up for debate. Like, that was clearly free throws. Looks like there's been some technical fouls assessed. Because I think it's heating up a little bit. You fucking idiot, Dennis. Was it Dennis or Trenton Watford just giving away a fucking free throw? You clown. Oh my god, Watford, you fucking idiot, bro. Mate, stop giving away stupid fucking fouls. You've just gotten free throws back into the quarters. Stop giving them easy looks. Easy points. This does my head in. That's so fucking stupid, man. Why would you just give away a fucking tech like that? And to be fair, that's one of the softest techs I've ever seen, but I feel like the refs keep one-upping themselves with that sort of technical foul. Watford makes both. 84-80 with 49 seconds to play here in this third quarter. Coby White has got the ball in his hands. He's guarded by Schroeder, and they're in a perfect spot to execute that 2-for-1. Coby White gets inside. Kick out to Caruso. What is Watford doing playing so far off him? What a shocking sequence by Watford, even though he made the 2 free throws. Just cancelled it all out. Really should be a larger lead back into the quarter. Thomas to the corner for Watford. Thomas moves through, shoots with the right hand, squared up and scored. That is a tough delivery. And he gets the lead back up to 3 for the Nets. We've got 8 or so seconds, give or take. The Bulls to potentially tie things up going into the fourth. White gets inside, shoots the 2, gets the bounce. You fucking lucky bastard. 3-quarter time. 85-86. And I just realized I don't even have the I don't even have that on. It's not even the second quarter, you clown. Okay. We've got one quarter to play. 86-85, much better quarter by the Nets. But I tell you what, the back end of the quarter really let me down. We scored 39 points in that quarter, so we've done well to get back into the contest. But I tell you what, the 32 points being shipped off, frustrating, because a lot of those very avoidable as well. The Nets, their 3-point percentage was through the roof in that third quarter. We hit 9 3-pointers. Doubled it, actually more than doubled it. Had no turnovers in the quarter. It's actually crazy to see. We've hit more 3-pointers than we have field goals. 2-pointers in the game. Cam Thomas has beefed his scoring up to 18, so he had a cracking third quarter with 10 points. And he hasn't really done too much on the assist front, but he's also got a steal in there as well. Mikal's got 4 steals. He hit 3 3-pointers in the quarter. Dorian Finney-Smith hit 2 threes in the quarter. So those are the kind of contributions we absolutely needed to get back into the game. And the free throws have been really good, ignoring Claxton. Because if you don't include Claxton, we're 8 of 8. The Bulls trail by 1. I mean, Coby White had a much better third quarter. He scored 9 points. Dosunmu had not too much impact compared to his first half. And Vucevic also was pretty quiet. But Demar Derozan, he only had 8 first half shots. He's gone out and he scored, I think he went out and scored 10 points in the quarter. The good thing is the Bulls were relatively... there was a decent job of us keeping him off the free throw line, which is a good sign to see, given we conceded 20 free throws in the first half. Forced 6 turnovers, which worked wonders for us. The problem is that, their 3-point percentage was dire at halftime, and we allowed 5 threes on 9 shots in the third quarter, which is just excellent news, isn't it? Especially in a quarter where you score 9 threes of your own. So frustrating. Cannot take advantage for our life, and then the Bulls also shooting 51% from the field. That is even more infuriating because of how poorly they started the game. We've had an extra... How many shots extra have we had? 14 extra shots. 14 extra shots, 8 extra threes made. I mean, the free throws are keeping them in this because we've had 6 less turnovers as well. It's actually baffling numbers. 39-point quarters should result in you outscoring your opponent by 10 or more because that indicates that you probably have a little bit of a higher chance in terms of having a set defense, You shouldn't be shipping off 30 in a quarter, you score 39. Bridges, oh my God. The audacity! He hits a 3. He's got a 5th 3 of the game. And he's been sublime in this second half. I tell you what, after a very shocking first half, to be honest. White bounce pass to Drummond in the low block, and Watford is hit with a tie-up. And I don't know if that's free throws or a foul prior. I would assume so. Don't know. But Watford's probably giving up 2 points every day of the week there. Nope, it's going to be a foul on the side. Or it'll force them to inbound off the side. Terry moves through. Kick out to White on the outside. He's got Bridges on him. Creates the space and misses. The board by Claxton. And now Cam Thomas. So we're running Bridges and Thomas to start the last with Claxton. Wilson at the 4. And Watford also in there. So plenty of size there to go with Bridges and Claxton, who are pretty undersized. Thomas. Oh my God, that's a tough shot. And probably not a high percentage shot that you want to be taking. Especially when, you've got to capitalize on those misses you're forcing. White moves through. Thomas overcommitted. White scores the 2. Did not get the call. Probably should have. And the Bulls cut it back down to 2 again. So Bridges is going to pass it out to Claxton. And they're going to give it back to Mikal, who drives on Green. Going to back him down. Shoots the turnaround on the baseline and converts. So Mikal's decided to wake up. And he's had some, pretty poor showings in recent memory. But this is a quarter that, or a second half, that I haven't seen too much of in a long time. Bro, Dalen Terry was open for a long, long time in the dunker spot, and no net really wanted to pick him up at all. Claxton feeding Watford in the post, had Terry on him, and Terry committed the foul. So, yeah. Man, the Nets scored 25 threes the last time they played the Bulls, I think at home. And that's a game I missed. So, it's good to see that, well, the Nets have decided to shoot well from three against Chicago. It's like another one of those mid teams we decide to play well against. Cam Thomas on the perimeter. Just got rid of Caruso and converted a wide open three. The referee didn't flinch, and Alex Caruso, well, it looks like they're going to call a timeout. I don't think Chicago were too happy about that one. 94-89 the scoreline with 9:43 to play, and Caruso is just a little bit gobsmacked by the call there. Let's have a look. Oh, so there's absolutely nothing Cam Thomas can do about that. If they called that an offensive foul, it would have been scripting of the highest order. It's just incidental contact. Both players knocked heads. And, well, the Nets are up 5. They're the beneficiary of it. I'm just going to cover up my video camera. I'm just going to go to the toilet. I will be just a minute so I can do the final 8.5 minutes, no interruptions. I'll be back. Okay, we are back. All right, we good? We are good. Okay. Just in time as well. I didn't realize that Mikal Bridges and Derozan are actually not combined. They are the top 2 players for minutes in the league this season, which is a pretty interesting sort of stat. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe as well if you are new. We'll be back for Nets Lakers in a couple of days. The Nets are looking for their 3rd straight win, which I don't think I can recall the last time we won a game or went on a win streak this drastic. Bridges guarding Coby White on the outside. It's Bridges, Wilson, Watford, Thomas, Claxton. White drives on Claxton. The swap by Claxton. We get the board. We push the pace. Thomas moves through. Open 2. Conversion. Defense leading to offense. White gets through, and there's a foul. And I don't know if that was before the take, before the gather, but the Nets getting a little bit of breathing space here. up by 7. I believe free throws are coming up here, though, for Coby White. Thomas has had a good second half. He only had 8 points on 3 of 10 shooting. That foul was on the floor, so the Bulls will have to do it the hard way. DeRozan's back in, though, so it makes things a lot easier. Shoots over the top. There's absolutely nothing you can do about that, and you've got to be careful as well that you don't foul, because he's an absolute rat when it comes to drawing fouls. Thomas gets inside. The pass to Claxton in the middle. Is he going to take on Drummond? He is, and I don't like it at all, because Clax is not all that physical, so he goes for those little push shots, and they don't look all that convincing. DeRozan out to Terry, steps into a 3. That was a rim grazer. That looked disgusting, and a board by the Nets. Bridges will feed Watford in the post. Gonna back down Terry. Spin move, and he is fouled. So Watford's a pretty good guy getting to the foul line. I mean, that's what happens. He gets you under the basket. He gets you in a vulnerable place. And, you know, he's able to exploit that vulnerability, get those free throws. So 2 coming up for Watford. Converts the first, gets it down to, or up to 6. And, yeah, the Nets have had a really, really good second half offensively. I mean, they've already got 40... What is it? They're at 42 points, I think. No, 41 points if they make this second free throw here, which they don't, of course, because, you know, only right for me to jinx it. DeRozan on the outside picked up by Watford. They're going to try get that switch. Thomas now guarding. DeRozan shoots over Thomas and converts again. DeRozan is just doing the same shot over and over again. I think at some point you have to fucking blitz it and just challenge like one of their bums to make threes, like Javonte Green or Terry. You just have to roll over, I think. I'd rather DeRozan not get a shot up because it's basically a practice shot every time. Speaking of practice shots, Jalen Wilson for 3. That was way too wide open. I don't know how he's gotten that open of a look. You need to watch it back. The Nets have cracked 100. And in the first half, they didn't look like having a sniff of getting to that mark. Dosunmu, tough shot off the glass. The Nets have scored 53 points. Thomas had Green jumping, and then he couldn't convert the 2 in the mid-range. It was a good look on the wing. White's getting ready to check in. DeRozan on the outside, guarded by Wilson. I actually don't mind this matchup here. Although DeRozan's a rat and gets the foul call and will get free throws. First half, this bloke had 9 points on 8 shots. It's pretty hard to fathom, given how dominant he's been here in this second half. So 7 minutes to play. Demar makes the first. He actually missed his first free throw, but he's been perfect ever since. 7 minutes to play in the fourth. Nets have got the lead, and it looks like we're going to get a timeout as well at the 7:02 mark. So I reckon Kevin Ollie wants to rally the troops here because DeRozan he's just been way too dominant. I mean, they do not have an offense outside of him, it seems. The Nets are shooting the ball sublime from 3, over 50%. At halftime, they were 7 of 20, so they've gone 12 of 16 since. That's 75%. That is a little bit ridiculous, if we're being completely honest. Cam Thomas at 23, also the 3 dimes and the 1 steal. Still have not had a turnover in the second half, and the free throw number remains, well, basically perfect if Claxton isn't at the line. You know, it's a good sign seeing every net in the starting 5 with 2 or more dimes. That really indicates the ball movement is pretty strong, and Watford off the bench with 4 dimes as well. He's had a great game. 2 steals in there with 11 points, which is grouse. And Mikal Bridges shooting efficiently. I mean, how good's that? Schroeder's got 5 threes. Bridges got 5 threes. Doe got 2 threes. I mean, that's going to be the way you win a game of Nets basketball with the players you've got on your team. You know, it's, you know, you can't really rely on the bench too much. With the bench we're fielding today, they're not going to crack. Most of them aren't going to hit 10 points. Dayron got 4 fouls in about 5 minutes. So, yeah. DeRozan's got 24. I mean, he was 3 of 8 at the half. So he's just been going berserk, even though he hasn't been at the free throw line. He's got 24 points. He's played the most. No, he hasn't played the most minutes. Coby White's played 33 minutes. I don't know if that's justified, but he's done a good job of facilitating with 8 assists. They're shooting the ball well. The free throws, though, they've only had 6 in the second half. They'll have 1 more free throw after the timeout. And their 3-pointers, well, they haven't made 1 this quarter. They also haven't turned the ball over. So a couple of areas that were part of the problem for the Bulls in the third quarter have, well, been rectified. But still a long way to go for both sides to get this job done, you know? A lot of possessions happen in 7 minutes of basketball, I tell you what. So even if you use the full range of clock, that's like 3 possessions every minute. Or like 5 possessions every 2 minutes, which, you know, that's like 15 to 20 possessions by themselves. But obviously, you're never using the full clock. So it's like a minimum of 20, and it's only a 2-possession game. So 100-96. The Nets have got the Lakers up next. We'll be covering that game, the Spencer Dinwiddie revenge game, if you will. Dinwiddie's had a shocking showing as a Laker. Tell you what, he has just been crap. So maybe it wasn't just a Nets thing. So it'll be interesting to see what sort of performance he dishes up against us. Schroeder's open for 3. He's going to shoot it and convert it. Mates. 3 number 6. That is his season high. He had hit 5 threes on 3 other occasions. But, I mean, Schroeder's never converted more than 7 in a game, and he's on track to do that. Vucevic, short on the push shot. The rebound by the Nets. Good gang rebounding there by Claxton to bat it to Wilson, and now Thomas. Screen used. Roll by Claxton. The layup is good. +1. Let me get excited about a win. We're not winning. Well, we are winning. We haven't won yet. But let me get excited about good, watchable team basketball. And it's Cam Thomas with the dime. Good shovel to Claxton, who had rolled to the rim. And it will be another free throw here for Clax. He's gone at an abysmal 21% from the free throw line today. I don't want to know what the result of this is going to be. With or without the mask, it hasn't really been a good result, but this is like only his second free throw without the mask, and he converts. So 106-97. The Nets up by 9. This is exactly where we want to be. With 6 minutes to play, Finney-Smith back in. Wilson to the bench after playing some decent minutes. Scored a 3. White in the corner. Good closeout by Schroeder. Caruso down the middle. Wise wide open. Wide open. Too easy. Cam Thomas. Score as many buckets as you want, but those are the defensive lapses we cannot afford, my friend. Thomas. Claxton rolled and was open for a moment. He's going to give it to him now when the easier pass is on. There's a foul. Waved off. And it's going to be on... it's going to be on Vucevic. Claxton was the guy who was interfered with. It's going to be a foul on the side. We're up 6 with 5:32 to play. Nets, if they score here, would have already scored 60 in the half, which is baffling to think, really. Schroeder gets inside. Gonna shoot another 3 over White. He's feeling it! Schroeder! Dennis! Dinwiddie's probably made 7 threes the entire time he's been at the Lakers. Here's Schroeder doing it in one game. Dosunmu to White, now out of DeRozan. Bro, Schroeder is fighting with Vucevic for position on the inside. Credit to him. Didn't allow the pass to him, but it's gonna be a score for the Bulls off the glass. We're in the final 5 minutes. The Nets up by 7. You got to ensure that you don't fall into the trap of playing the isolation-heavy offense, because you will lose the game. You will not score for 4 minutes if you don't do this shit. Bridges has a 3. That's good as well. We can't miss. We've got a timeout. Come on. This is absolutely fucking ridiculous. I tell you what, the Lakers game is on April 1st, but this game should be on April 1st because this is an absolute joke. How the fuck is this happening? Toying with my emotions here, acting as if we're supposed to see this every game. What an absolute joke. I can't believe it. Bro, Mikal Bridges has been efficient from 3. Excuse me? I mean, granted, he hasn't been too bad from 3 in the last run of games. It's been more the field goal percentage. This guy was 1 of 7 at halftime. And he's got me baffled. Bro, credit to Dennis Schroeder, though, on the other side of the ball. Even though DeRozan scored off the window, mate, Schroeder was fucking fighting to get that position. Fighting to get that position. Even though he's like fucking 9 inches shorter than Vucevic. The Nets have hit, I don't know how many 3-pointers, but it has been like the be-all or end-all for the Nets. They've hit 22 3-pointers on 56% shooting. We're nearly shooting as well from 3 as we are from the free throw line. We have not had a turnover in the second half. Mikal's got 6 threes. Schroeder's got 7. Cam Thomas has 4 threes. I don't know what I'm seeing here. This is crazy. Long way to go, though, still. We're up 10. We've got 4 minutes to play here in the fourth quarter. And it's DeRozan who's going to take it inside early in the clock. The block by Dorian Finney-Smith. Bridges, lob! Claxton blew the layup. Oh, goodness. It's always a case of doing the job 75% of the time. Dosunmu somehow gets that to go off the glass. We're in the final 4 minutes of the game. They're going to let the ball roll a little bit. And Schroeder will pick it up at the 3:53 mark of this fourth quarter. So, Nets up 8. Do not fall into isolation-heavy patterns. Keep the ball moving. Thomas, Schroeder, he's going to keep on trying, and that is just probably not called for. Finney-Smith nearly got the offensive board. Then when he slapped it to the opposition, he was able to knock it away. And the Nets have another chance here. They prolong the possession. It's Thomas guarded by Vucevic. Change of gears. The layup is good. Cam fucking Thomas. 3 minutes to play. 10-point lead. White the drive. The move through. He doesn't get the bounce. Finney-Smith with good defense. He's had a cracking second half. And the Nets will bypass the half-court line. Call a timeout. They've got to use it or lose it. So they will use it, in fact. And the Nets are in a good position. I'll tell you what. I did not expect this response in the second half. At the 10:06 mark of the third quarter, the Nets were down by 7. They'd given away a couple of offensive rebounds early in the quarter, and I was like, well, just the same old Brooklyn Nets, really. The same old Nets getting beaten with regards to hustle. But, mate, they have been superb since that very point. They've outscored them by 17 since that point. And ultimately, I mean, it's been a dominant showing in the back end of the quarter. Back end of the quarter, back end of the game. Dennis Schroeder's had a cracking stint with the Nets, bro. He's got 27 here today with 6 dimes. Another big match. And yeah, he's been leading the way. But I tell you what, Mikal Bridges, I said at halftime, the guy simply needs to lift. Finney-Smith needs to do the same. And ultimately, those guys have delivered. Finney-Smith, some important plays. Bridges with 4 steals, and he's hit 5 threes without a miss in the second half. Or sorry, 4 threes. No, he's hit 5 threes on 6 shots in the second half. He was 1 of 7 at the half. He has gone 6 of 7 in the second half and scored 17 points. And Cam Thomas also has done a great job of scoring some timely buckets at key stages. He's got the 4 dimes. He's got the 8 rebounds. And he's lifted the efficiency in the second half. He, too, has scored above 50% from the field. So the Nets are shooting ridiculously well from the three-point line today. And I don't know where it's come from. I think it's just historically, the previous time we played the Bulls at the Barclays Center, we scored 25 threes. Schroeder's blocked and a board by the Bulls. They're going to have to push the pace here. DeRozan the drive, kick out to Caruso. It's wide open and he misses. And that's probably the way the Bulls' second half has gone. I mean, they've actually scored the 3-ball well in the second half. It's just the first half really let them down and they were shooting like sub 20% in the first half. 2:20 to play here in the fourth. Thomas is going to ISO here on Vucevic. Shoot the step back 3. He actually clapped hands with Vucevic. Still hit the 3-pointer. That is just nuclear. Dosunmu to Caruso in the corner. It's a good closeout by Schroeder. And now DeRozan on the outside. The switch. We've got a foul, and it's a take foul by Thomas at the 2:01 mark of the fourth. Bro, this is unlike a half of basketball I have seen from the Nets in a long, long time. I mean, we have scored 70 points and we've still got 2 minutes left in the quarter. DeRozan scores for 2 as he muscles his way to the rim. The ball will be inbounded to Schroeder, but bro, the Nets have scored more threes than twos. They have hit 23 threes. 23 fucking threes in the game. That is, in the 2 games against the Bulls at the Barclays Center, 48 threes combined. I mean, if we're talking about aggregate numbers against a single opponent at your home stadium, that just has to be like nearly an NBA record, like in history. Because there's no way a team's done that against the opposition twice, scored 23 threes or more. It's been ridiculous, and 3 players have scored 5 or more threes. It's honestly unlike anything I've ever seen, to be honest. So the Nets will get 2 more free throws here, leading 118-106. Well, they already scored 1. They convert the second as well through Finney-Smith. DeRozan will bring it up. Guarded by Thomas. The back down, the turn, and a foul. And they're going to call a goaltend? The fuck? Let's have a look. Bro, what? That's not a goaltend. Fuck off. Taking the fucking piss. Mate. Keeps the Bulls in the game, I guess. That is just not a goaltend. I'm sorry, that is not a goaltend. Did they turn on the green light? Because, bro, Kevin Ollie's right to challenge that, honestly. The Nets have scored 72 second half points. It's been a crazy good watch. I picked a good game to watch, I'll tell you what. Like, the Nets had absolutely no business scoring 120. I thought they were going to be lucky if they cracked 100, to be honest. But they've done a cracking job here in this second half, man. If you are enjoying the stream, make sure to drop a like on it and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back for Nets versus Lakers in a couple of days. Yep. Nice. So it's not a goaltend. They've double-checked that. It is, not a goaltend. It'll be the 2 free throws. So DeRozan will have to earn it back. Wasn't even close to a fucking goaltend. So the Bulls will get those 2 points chalked off, and that probably puts it beyond doubt, because instead of having, well, potentially 3 points guaranteed, you've got to earn these two at the line. DeRozan's pretty good at the line. Only missed the one free throw today. He's been there for quite a few. Bro, if the Nets are shooting this nuclear from 3 every game, they would be 82-0. But the problem is, this is like a once-in-a-blue-moon event. You've got to fucking, like, put on a party for this sort of performance. Because, like, we haven't seen an explosive 3-point shooting performance like we've seen today. We were 7 of 20 at halftime. I haven't seen a team shoot that efficiently from 3. Like, at all. Here he is again. Thomas. Try to banker. It's no good, but Claxton gets the offensive board. And the Nets will run down the clock some more here through Schroeder, who's had a great game today. 5 to shoot. He's going to drive it in. Gets inside. It's knocked away. It's knocked away again. And the Nets will have 1.1 to get a shot up. And knowing their luck, with the 16 threes converted in the second half, they're probably nailed on to get a 3-pointer here. Here we go. Inbounded to Bridges on the move. Yes! Oh! Come on! Yes! Look, I can't say I was... Look, I can't say I wasn't trying to manifest it. But I didn't think it would actually happen. For fuck's sake, bro, what is going on? That's 3 number 17 of the half. I don't even know if that's got to be a record as well. There's no way a team has ever scored 17 threes in one half of basketball. Surely not. On the move as well, with 1 second on the clock from the inbounds play. That is stupid. That is stupid. So our top 4 performances from 3 in franchise history, 3 of those games have come against the Bulls. And 2 of those Bulls games have happened this year. We've had 49 threes this season in 2 games against the Bulls at home. I actually cannot believe it. This is going to be win number 3 in a row. I'll tell you what, even though we can put the postseason talks away, at least we've got something to smile about the back end of the season. If we can just win a few more games, try to get ourselves up to, I don't know, what are we on? This will be win number 29. If we can get to like 33, 34 wins, I'll be happy with that, given where we were at. Another miss for the Bulls, and the clock will wind down with Walker, Sharp, Wilson, Clowney, and Watford all in the game. Walker, the 3 is good. 3 number 25. Bro, we're going for like records here, man. There's no way. How have we hit 25 fucking threes? We had 7 at halftime. We had 47 points at halftime. We've scored 78 points in the fucking half. What is going on here? The Nets are going to win this one. I do not understand how this has happened. If I'm going to be completely honest, we were up by 1. We were up by 1 at 3/4 time. It is all smiles on the bench. All smiles. The Nets have won by 17 points. Goodness me, I could not tell you I saw this coming. We scored 39 points in both of the second half quarters. Mikal's got a nice happy smile on his face. Cam Thomas, Kevin Ollie, Dorian Finney-Smith, everyone. Cam Johnson on the bench also has a smile on his face, and he doesn't smile at all. So, bloody hell. I mean, can't really say I can complain, to be honest. I mean, what a win. What a bloody win. That last quarter was emphatic. I said at three-quarter time, in a quarter where you score 39 points, you should not be conceding 30 or more because you've dominated. If you're scoring on one end, you should have your defense set at all times. But in the last quarter, we absolutely lived up to that sort of perception. Scored 39 in that last quarter as well. But I tell you what, at halftime, I said that, well, I think everyone would have said that you needed to see more from the key players, the leadership figures on the team, the guys you traded for. And look at this. 3 players scored more than 25 or 25 points or more. When the fuck did that happen? Like, when has that happened outside of the KD, Kyrie, and James Harden era? I don't think I can recall a time that's ever happened. And you know what? Like, it is actually baffling how well we shot the ball from 3. For context, I mean, well, we've had 3 players score 5 threes or more, and it's the 3 guys who scored 25 or more. The efficiency is basically 50% for all of them. Off the bench, I mean, everyone scored. 57% from 3 on 44 tries. 25 makes. And for context, we had 7 threes at halftime on 20 shots. We went 18 of 24. 18 of 24 in the second half. That is, if I do the math, that is 75% from 3 in the second half. It is crazy that we made more threes than we did field goals inside the arc. And ultimately, I mean, this team, we didn't turn the ball over in the second half until the shot clock violation on the final possession of the game, where we dribbled out the clock. That is crazy to me. Crazy stuff. We just could not miss. And we played the Bulls earlier in the year, hit 25 threes. We've done it again, except at a more efficient clip somehow. Overall, though, I mean, this team put in a good shift. The offensive rebounding was good early on. We scored 78 points in the second half. Crazy stuff. I mean, Demar Derozan was good for the Bulls. He played 36 minutes. Coby White was inefficient. He did better in the second half, but they just had too many passengers, really. Dosunmu was good. Caruso didn't have too much offensive bearing on the game. And Vucevic, who had, 11 in the first half, he was leading their points tally. He only scored 2 in the second half. So he was out of the game. And if they were to have any chance, they needed him to remain in the contest. But Bulls shoot 51% from the field. It wasn't actually bad shooting-wise from them. They had 29 free throws. The 3-pointers let them down. And the turnovers, they didn't even turn the ball over really in the last quarter. But that third quarter cost them a fair bit. And we really carried that momentum into the second half. Yeah, but the 3-pointers were ultimately the difference. I mean, we made 16 extra 3-pointers. We scored 75 of our points from 3. We had 16 extra shots, and we only had 7 less free throws. That was a far bigger disparity in the first half. I think it was 20 free throws to 7 at one stage, but we really clawed it back well, and good to see. Really good to see. The assist numbers ballooned in the second half. At halftime, no net had more than 2 dimes to their name. But by the end of the game, we have we have 6 players with 3 or more dimes, and we also have 4 players with 4 or more dimes. So the guys that are supposed to have high usage, Watford off the bench is, sort of facilitating, the offense, Schroeder, of course, and Cam Thomas, and then Mikal Bridges as well. It's really good to see those guys, doing a lot better of a job facilitating. And then even the turnovers, no net had more than 2 turnovers. Only 1 player had 2 turnovers. So we had a superb game looking after the basketball, and it really helped our offensive game. We could have been shooting the ball well from 3, but because we were turning it over, we chucked up maybe 35 threes as opposed to 44. So that could have also been a difference in the game. Overall, though, I mean, I tell you what, I've taken a week off. I've come back. I've seen the Nets have won a couple of games, and I'm like, you know what? I've got to get a part of this, you know? And I'll tell you what, I mean, first half it looked a little bit dire, but I think the silver lining out of that was we were only down 5, and then in the second half, we just absolutely slammed the foot on the pedal. And, 78 second half points. I don't think we've done that since the KD days, if I'm going to be completely honest. But yeah, another win against the Bulls and a great win as well. So, some other stats to close off before we leave. Overall, the points off turnover 16-5, so we capitalized there because we didn't turn it over ourselves. The points in the paint 46-34, the Bulls way. But yeah, the points off turnovers usually kill us. But the Bulls could not run in transition for shit because we just weren't turning the ball over, and usually that's a point of vulnerability for us. The fast break points 15-12, pretty even. But the second chance points 19-14. It wasn't really too lopsided in those three parts of the game, even though offensive rebounds, turnovers, they all were in our favor. But yeah, I mean, the 3-pointers, like, you're not winning a game of basketball if you give away 25 threes. I'm just sorry. Yeah, crazy second half of the Nets, and sometimes you've just got to bank on the 3-point shot. That is basically the definition of the Nets. Like, live by the 3, die by the 3, and for sure, we absolutely lived by the 3, and, I mean, I properly enjoyed watching that game of basketball for once. I'm usually not this happy after a win, so make sure to embrace this and don't take it for granted. I don't know how many wins or how many more wins we're going to get this season. You know, like, yeah, we've been lacking wins recently. We had like a 6-game losing streak, but it's good to see 3 straight wins. We've got the Lakers in a couple of days. We will be here for it, of course. Now, even more so, I'm inclined to watch the game because, you know, 3 wins on the trot, and the Lakers, they're very mid. You don't know what you're going to get. We've already beaten them once this season, so maybe we'll be able to repeat the dose and do it all over again on our home floor. So that'll be exciting. Make sure to tune in for that. It should be a good watch. But until then, thank you for tuning in. Hope you enjoyed. Make sure to drop a like on the way out and subscribe if you are new. We'll be back, as I said, in 48 hours for a game against the Lakers, a very important game for the Lakers. Probably just a game for pride for us and just to get a little bit of confidence and momentum at the back end of the season so we can carry that forward. But overall, great win. Enjoy it. We will see you soon. But until then, stay safe, have a good one, and bye for now. See ya.